Have you ever noticed that, without really knowing why, some men just get nervous around you? Their tone of voice changes. They fidget with their hands, they stammer, and sometimes they avoid eye contact altogether. But what does that really mean? In this video, you're going to uncover the silent signs of a power you might not even realize you have. The kind of magnetism that doesn't require effort or intention, because it's born from your very presence. Get ready to discover why your energy can throw even the most confident men off balance. Have you ever noticed how a man's posture shifts the moment you walk into a room? They sit up straighter, glance your way, then quickly look away, as if your mere presence demands more than they're ready to offer. But why does that happen? The answer goes beyond looks. It lies in what can't be seen, but is deeply felt. No, this isn't about conventional beauty. This is about presence, about a vibration that speaks strength, mystery, and something else. Okay? Something disarming. Men who are usually self-assured around other women lose their composure around you. Have you noticed that? They try to keep control, but their body gives them away. Restless hands, shallow breath, nervousness hidden behind arrogance or poorly timed jokes. It's as if you turn on a mirror, and without realizing, they feel exposed. This effect doesn't come from what you say. It comes from who you are. Your magnetism is silent. It's the fusion of your posture, your groundedness, your soul that doesn't bend to please. And that unsettles them, because they can't easily decode you, and what can't be decoded fascinates. You don't have to do anything except exist to create that sweet discomfort. And once you become aware of this, once you recognize yourself, everything changes. In the next videos, we'll reveal even more signs that you possess this invisible magnetism, and how it deeply affects relationships, friendships, and even your spiritual path. If this stirred something in you, like this video, subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell icon. And tell me in the comments, have you ever noticed men getting nervous around you without understanding why? Because maybe the reason is closer than you think. Have you ever felt a glance return to you, even after you had already walked by? The first look might be a distraction, but the second, it's like the unconscious asking for a second chance to understand what it just saw. It's not just about beauty, it's about energy. It's the kind of presence that leaves an invisible trace in the air, and the person feels the need to look again, as if they missed something the first time. But what exactly did they see or feel? It's as if you carry a silent field of impact, a vibration that doesn't need to assert itself, because it's already felt on a subtle level. You might not realize it, but your very way of being invites others to see more, to look again, to try to decipher something that can't be explained with the eyes. Have you ever doubted your own beauty, your strength, your light, and still received compliments on your most ordinary days? Isn't it strange how, exactly when you feel dim, someone shows up to remind you of what you've forgotten? It's like the world is seeing something in you that you haven't yet learned to see. While you're focused on what's missing, others feel what's overflowing. It's your raw glow, your effortless authenticity. It's the reflection of something within you that you don't even realize you're radiating. And maybe the real secret isn't about doing more, but about finally seeing what's already there. Have you noticed how some men come up with odd excuses to start a conversation? Do you know what time it is? Can you help me with this real quick? Or something completely random, as if their only mission was to get close to you. But is it really just coincidence? Or is it fear disguised as casual interaction? Fear of seeming too interested. Fear of not knowing what to say. Because in truth, your presence had already stirred something in him, even before words were spoken. Emotionally affected men try to stay in control. But the truth slips through the cracks. In their tone of voice, the forced smile, the pointless question. And the more natural you are, the more uncomfortable it becomes for those who need to hide behind excuses. Have you ever felt like some women look at you with a certain discomfort, even though they don't know you, as if your mere presence sparks a flicker of judgment in them? And you wonder, but what did I do? Nothing. You simply arrived. Why does this happen? It's subtle. Sometimes a sideways glance. Other times, a comment disguised as a joke. Or even that strange silence, as if your presence shifted the energy in the room. But maybe, it's not even about you. When a woman carries light, effortlessly, she ends up illuminating the shadow of those who haven't yet learned to embrace their own. And what is hidden reacts with comparison, with competition, with criticism that deep down is just a mirror. Your presence, without trying, touches other people's insecurities, because you don't need to prove anything. You simply are. And that, for some people, is unsettling. Maybe for a while, you tried to shrink yourself, to hide a bit, to tone it down, just to not make others uncomfortable. But what disturbs them isn't what you do. It's what you radiate. A woman who shines effortlessly doesn't need to be arrogant, but she also shouldn't dim her light to fit someone else's comfort. And unjust criticism is often just a compliment, disguised as pain. Have you ever noticed that? You're walking, distracted, and suddenly someone smiles at you. No reason, no words, as if your presence had touched something they couldn't explain. And you wonder, do I have something on my face? Was that just a coincidence? Or maybe, is there something in your energy that invites others to open up? The spontaneous smile is the body's way of responding to enchantment. And enchantment can't be faked. It's something you transmit, without trying. Maybe you think you look plain that day, but your aura is saying something else. It's light, open, present, and those who pass by you feel it. It's not about bold beauty. It's about vibration, that rare subtlety that makes someone stop, look, and smile. The world is used to noise, but you carry the kind of silence that comforts. Strangers smile because, for a moment, they feel at home. They feel peace. They feel warmth. And the most beautiful part? You don't even know you're causing all that. It's the kind of presence that can't be taught, only recognized. Have you ever felt a gaze cut through the room, coming from someone who's holding another woman's hand? It wasn't vulgar, it wasn't invasive, but it was intense, as if for a second that person forgot where they were and who they were with. And then the doubt comes, was it me? Am I attracting this? Or is something deeper going on? What many call physical attraction is actually energetic attraction. You didn't do anything. You didn't provoke. You didn't imply. But your grounded, authentic presence activates something beyond the rational. It's as if you open a portal to a possibility he's never lived, but deeply misses. And even if he's committed, he feels it. Because true desire doesn't come from the body. It's born from the contrast between what one has and what one intuits. No, you're not to blame. And no, it doesn't mean you should get involved. It simply means there's something in you, a light, a strength, a freedom, that stirs what's been sleeping in someone else. The intensity in the gaze of a committed man is often less about you and more about the emptiness he carries. But your presence awakens, it nudges, it reveals, and for a moment he sees what he may not even know he's been searching for. Have you ever posted a simple photo? No makeup, no filter, nothing fancy. And still, the comments came flooding in. There's something about you. I can't explain it, but your energy pulls me in. And you wonder, but why? I didn't even try. That's exactly where the answer lies. We live in an era where everyone is shouting to be seen, but you are noticed in silence. No dancing, no trends, no showing off your body. Your digital presence carries truth, and truth vibrates. Maybe it's the way you write, or the calm your image transmits. Maybe it's just you, being you, but somehow it comes through the screen. It's not about posing, it's about energy. Your magnetic field is felt even virtually, because it carries coherence between what you show and who you are. And what is authentic, even subtle, shines louder than the noise. That's why even the simplest stories get replies. That's why a casual selfie has more impact than 1,000 filters. Your naturalness calls. And those who see you feel it, even if they don't know why. Have you ever experienced this? A man approaches you, seems enchanted. He starts a conversation, compliments you, shows interest. But then, out of nowhere, he disappears. And days later, he's back, as if nothing ever happened. And you wonder, was it me? Did I do something wrong? But what if the confusion is his? There are women men understand in seconds. And there are women they can't figure out, but also can't forget. You stir something that logic can't explain. He wants to get closer, but something in him also wants to run. Because your presence activates a place in him he doesn't know how to handle, the emotional realm. Men used to predictable relationships get lost around unpredictable women. And a woman who carries truth, depth, and presence disarms any mask. You're not playing games. And precisely because of that, he doesn't know what role to play. He tries to fit you into mental categories: the fun one, the sexy one, the friend, the untouchable. But none of them fit. And that unsettles him. On the outside, he may look confident, but inside, he's conflicted. Because something in you touches a part of him he can't control. And what can't be controlled scares. That's why he comes, disappears, and comes back. It's not indecision, it's impact. And what if I told you that your greatest power is still invisible to the one person who should see it? You. You sabotage yourself without realizing. You shrink yourself without noticing. And you ignore signs the world keeps sending. Admiring you, praising you, feeling your presence. Why? Why is it so easy to see the light in others, but so hard to recognize it in yourself? How many times have you thought it was just luck, or that people were exaggerating when they said something kind to you? You believe everyone except yourself. But the universe doesn't send signs for no reason. The reactions you provoke, the doors that open, the eyes that follow you, they're all mirrors. But if you can't see yourself, how can you hold all of this? There's a power inside you that doesn't need validation. It's already there, but it's asleep, waiting for you to say, "Yes, I see." When a woman recognizes herself, she doesn't need to compete. She doesn't beg for space. She takes up space. And that's when everything changes. Not because you became someone else, but because you finally allowed yourself to be who you are. Have you ever left a place, and suddenly the room felt colder, emptier, as if something had been taken away? Even if no one could explain what, maybe that something was you. But why does your absence speak so loudly when you don't even notice the impact of your presence? It's not about making noise. It's about vibration. Some people enter a room and fill it with words. You enter and shift the field without saying a thing. Your energy warms. It calms. It gives shape to spaces that, without you, feel off balance. And when you leave, people feel it. Even if they can't name exactly what's missing. It's as if you leave an emotional trace, as if your energy embraced that space. And when it withdraws, everything feels dimmer. The truth is, You vibrate on levels most people don't understand, but they feel it, and the heart always senses what the eyes ignore. That's why, sometimes, you leave, and days later, someone texts you for no reason, or says, "When you're not around, everything feels different." And it really does, because your presence is not just anything, it's home. Have you noticed that some people don't try to fill the silence when they're with you? They simply stay. No rush, no noise, no anxiety to say something just to break the silence, because next to you, silence isn't heavy. It's comforting. But why does that happen? The world is so used to distractions that when it encounters someone who vibrates in presence, time slows down, and silence becomes a safe space. It's as if, near you, words no longer need to prove anything, because your energy already says it all. Maybe he doesn't say it, but he feels it. Men who always dominate conversations go quiet around you, not from lack of things to say, but from being overwhelmed. The heart grows restless. The mind tries to make sense, but something deeper just feels. It's in that silence that you reveal your power, without needing to prove, without needing to explain. And the most curious part? It's in that very silence that they connect with you, emotionally, without even realizing. If this video resonated with you, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell, because this is only the beginning. Tell me in the comments, have you ever shared a silence with someone that said more than 1,000 words? Have you ever noticed the effect your presence has when everything goes quiet? And while you're here, watch the next video on the channel. It might be exactly the answer you didn't even know you were looking for.